Hey guys, Brittany and Parker here from Ride or Dine.
Hello.
And today we are back with another prediction video, this time about Six Flags Fiesta Texas.
And we're very excited about this video because in only a few days, we're going to find out what the new attraction is going to be for 2022.
Yep, so there's a big reveal planned for this coming Wednesday. The president of the park, Jeffrey Siebert, he is a marketing guy. We know that he loves his theatrics and he loves to drop little hints and clues and do big reveals. So I know a lot of people out there have been following along on his little droplets that he's been posting, but this video is not going to focus on those.
Exactly. And this video is going to be a little bit different. We are going to focus on the plot of land specifically and not the clues.
So the land we're talking about is the existing Sundance Theater and then a small plot of land right next to that.
And this plot of land isn't big enough to add a major roller coaster, but Six Flags has done a lot with small pieces of land before, like Wonder Woman.
Right, and Wonder Woman might not be the tallest or fastest coaster, but people love it. We love it. It's a good ride, and there's something to be said about the fact that we got a first of its kind when it came here, right? A first single rail coaster. That was exciting.
And that's another pattern too for Six Flags Fiesta Texas. They have a lot of firsts. Whether that's an element for Thunder Rapids water coaster or an entire roller coaster like Batman, it was the first 4D coaster.
Okay, so let's get into it. The first coaster we're going to talk about is the Axis coaster. And we wanted to start with this one to kind of get it out of the way, honestly, because this is one of those predictions that it seems like everybody has mentioned at some point. There are probably a lot of people who might still think this is an option, but even if you don't, you probably thought it at some point.
So this is an S&S roller coaster just like Batman, and kind of just like Batman, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
The first
just
time,
like Batman, it's a ride I won't be doing.
That's exactly what I was about to say. So instead of it being like Batman where the cars flip, these cars swing left to right and flip you that way. And this would be a world's first because there isn't one out there yet. So, who knows?
Okay, so this next prediction is not a roller coaster. It's actually a water ride, drop water tower ride. It's the one I would be most excited to come to Six Flags San Antonio.
Yes. So this ride is manufactured by Zamperla. Again, it has not been built yet, so it would be a first. Basically what the ride does is it lifts up and then it drops you into water and splashes people.
Yay!
And like I said earlier in the video, we're going to focus on the plot of land. And the reason why I think this ride might be a possibility is because it's next to the water park entrance. And you could retrofit the old Sundance Theater Stadium for this ride. You could keep the concrete slope that already exists and the water could naturally just flow down.
Flow back, yeah.
That's right.
That makes perfect sense.
And it'll be cheaper than having to rip up concrete. So there's that.
True. Another reason that this prediction doesn't seem that far-fetched as well is that, as you can see, part of the ride includes a screen. Now, typically, we don't see, heavy theming from Six Flags parks, but like we mentioned earlier, the general manager of Six Flags Fiesta Texas does love his theatrics, and we have been seeing a lot of theming recently in all of the new additions. You have the really elaborate queue for Pirates, the elaborate queue and story for Daredevil Dive and Joker, so definitely not outside the realm of possibilities here.
So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to rattle off a few different possibilities. All these roller coasters are similar in the sense that they are all trying to mimic what's called a Skyrocket 2. Sits on a very small plot of land, launches you forwards and backwards, and takes you through a few inversions.
So the first one we're going to talk about is the Double Heart roller coaster, another Zamperla ride.
And we'll see Zamperla a lot because Six Flags Fiesta Texas likes to work with them. And as you can see here, it does launch you back and forth, and it even looks like a heart.
And there's also a smaller version available.
The next coaster we have is Max Extreme Spinning Coaster. This roller coaster might look familiar because there's a roller coaster already built in the United States called Time Traveler.
And I know we said we're not talking about the clues, but we did see a time traveler clue very specifically and a couple other time travel clues spread throughout the last few weeks. So just say it.
That's true. And the other thing that he also mentioned is that this has been in the works for several years. And this video is from 4 years ago.
Ooh, coincidence? Maybe.
Probably. Well, and the other thing to keep in mind here with this ride that I think is really neat is that it has the turntable switch and the option to have 2 different kinds of trains running at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah, so in case you didn't want to spin, you can just go on the regular train.
Oh, wow, for me.
Exactly.
Okay, so the last of these small compact coasters is going to be Intamin's LSM vertical coaster. What makes this one unique and different is it's got this brand new element, world's first upside down launch.
This launch is really cool, and the other neat thing is that we went on a similar roller coaster recently at Nickelodeon Universe.
Yes, Sandy's Blasting Bronco. Parker really liked this roller coaster at Nickelodeon Universe and American Dream. And it's funny because when we were there, we were even talking about how it fits so well indoors because it sits on such a small plot of land. So it makes sense. Speaking of Nickelodeon Universe and American Dream, we will be dropping a vlog soon, so stay tuned for that because we went recently. We're working on that video now. All right, so getting out of those small compact coasters, the next option would be the Thunderbolt model by Zamperla again.
Previously, these were out and back roller coasters. However, over the course of the last couple editions, they've gotten a lot more compact, and they'll be able to fit within this plot of land. My only concern with Zamperla roller coasters are the restraints and the transitions.
Right, we were just at Coney Island, and we rode Thunderbolt and experienced this firsthand.
You can even see in the video the people snapping back and forth in the roller coaster car.
Yeah, that does not look comfortable.
However, I believe they just redid their trains, so might all be fixed.
Might be.
Next up is Gerstlauer's Dive Coaster. There's actually one of these in the United States called Hang Time at Knott's Berry Farm.
This is one of my favorite coasters, actually. One of my favorite parks, too. But Hang Time is a lot of fun. If this came to Fiesta Texas, I would be thrilled.
I know people want a dive coaster from B&M, but this might be the best option. Yeah, for money.
One other cool thing about Hang Time at Knott's is that it has a really great light package. I am a sucker for this kind of stuff. Anything that enhances the look and aesthetic of a ride, I'm definitely for. But also, I think it just enhances your nighttime ride. So something that Six Flags could definitely benefit from.
Next up, we have the Big Dipper coaster by Mack Rides. And this roller coaster, there's only a couple in the world, but none of them are located in North America. So there's another world's first that this could be. It's similar to a dive coaster in the fact that it dives down. But the other thing that's really neat is that the roller coaster car hangs off the side, so the people who are sitting on the edge actually are outside.
That's cool. Now we have a tower coaster. This one is located at Lagoon. It's called Wicked. And what makes this unique is that it has a vertical launch.
This is a very unique element. We haven't had the chance to ride the roller coaster yet. I think we're going to go next year.
But people speak very highly of this ride, so this would not be a bad option.
So the last roller coaster that I think could be a possibility is the Skyrocket 3. In the beginning of the video, I talked a little bit about the Skyrocket 2 that sits on a very compact piece of land. The Skyrocket 3 basically does its own thing. And the most famous version of this is Full Throttle at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So ever since we went to Six Flags Magic Mountain this past time and I rode Full Throttle, I've been thinking about this roller coaster and how perfect it is for Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The only problem is it doesn't quite fit in this piece of land. Until I noticed there's another roller coaster out there besides Full Throttle. And that roller coaster just opened. It's called Epic Coaster, and it's in Qatar.
This roller coaster is actually so new that we don't even have footage to show you yet.
And what made this roller coaster make me think that it's possible for Fiesta Texas is because of its layout. So what it does, I'll describe it to you since there's no video. Basically, it starts off, goes through a transfer track, and then the first launch is backwards, and it takes you up a spike. And then it launches you again forward through a very small layout. And another thing that would kind of be poetic in a sense is that Six Flags Fiesta Texas could steal back the largest loop record.
Right, they originally broke the record with Superman Krypton Coaster, right?
They did, yeah.
You're right, so that would be cool to bring that title home. Okay, so that just about does it for all of our predictions. I feel like pretty confidently we can say that there's a good chance it's got to be something we mentioned here, right? We have a lot of choices.
Yeah, we mentioned like 10 different things, so odds are in our favor.
Right. But things are ever changing, and as it turns out, while making this video, crazy enough, a possible new development has been revealed.
Fiesta Texas just received a shipment from B&M. Now, is this parts for an existing roller coaster or for a new one?
The park president did say on Facebook that it is not for a new coaster, but it is Superman replacement parts. However, we don't know for sure. But the good news is we'll find out Wednesday.
We also want to know your thoughts. Do you think it's one of the things that we mentioned? Or is it maybe a B&M as it turns out?
Is it on the plot of land we've been talking about or somewhere else entirely? As we mentioned before, we don't have any insider knowledge here. We're just big theme park fans. Six Flags Fiesta Texas is our home park. We love predicting this kind of stuff, and we want to hear your opinions too. If you liked this video, please make sure to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. We are putting out vlogs and different videos frequently. As we mentioned, we've got Nickelodeon Universe coming up and a couple other cool ones as well. So we'll see you guys next time.